Okay, I'm back, and my name is Rick. We are thing, and just for this site, it turned on the streaming system. I'd forgotten to plug in the mic, but I think there's a built-in mic here, so should be okay. I wanted to come back to this comment here in the to-do, in this commit, which I will show you is this. I had this comment here, adds comment on an important assumption. If we go to this, I didn't even open the program, but if we go to this file, we have a kind of an interesting situation, one that I'm just calling attention to. I don't think I'm going to do too much with it, but if I go to Xcode, please Xcode, let me so if we go to Xcode and look at this file here, the guess row, there's a name for that spinning rainbow circle. I forget. We go to guess row. There's a note here. Let me close the other ones. Let me close the other tabs. See, nope, that doesn't close this one. So I'll close this and I'll close this. We'll just concentrate on this. Update row is the piece of logic that compares the guess with the correct word, and the correct word is passed in. matchesCorrectWord is Boolean that checks whether or not the word matches, and it matches if all the letters are in the correct spot. The tricky thing is that I've separated these two, so now it's cool that they're separated because I can easily test them. If you recall, we have some tests actually. Let me go and show you that. We have some calls to confirm that update row here, where I put in the guess and then I update the row with the correct word, So you can see there's a bunch of logic here. A bunch of work has been done, but it's done in separate places. This call updateRow needs to happen before matchesCorrectWord happens. And if I look at the let me go and open it again, guessRow. If I look at this logic, matchesCorrectWord will return false if I have not run updateRow. So updateRow really needs to be run before guessRow is works. And I made this note here like, oh, you should make a call to updateRow when you're calling this. But I argue now that you probably wow, I was thinking maybe we got to put updateRow up here in guess letters. So the design is off. But it's off only slightly. When I initialize guessRow, I pass in a guess, whatever the user guesses. It might be instructive. Let me run it. So when I run the program, I pass in a guess, but then to draw the colors, I have to call updateRow. And then I have to do some logic that says matchesCorrectWord. So if we look at the main, we see here matchesCorrectWord. That's going to be part of the new function that we're going to put in the game model. In other words, these steps really should be in one. Like guessRow, I'm now thinking maybe we should pass in the correct word. Instead, guessRow is manually updated. You pass in the correct word, and then once this has happened, then you can do this query. This matchesCorrectWord. It's but so the design is off a little bit because you have to call. You need to call updateRow, and again, when I was thinking about it before, I thought, oh, maybe I should put updateRow when I initialize it, but we don't pass in the correct word to do the comparison until we do updateRow. And to some extent, updateRow probably should go into here with matchesCorrectWord, but then matchesCorrectWord would need to be passed in the correct word. So this is just something that I'm thinking about for organizing this. The other thought I had is that nothing stops a program from calling updateRow more than once. However, if you do that, I think when I first did that, the tests really didn't work properly, because here the remaining letters that are here, this, which is initialized to 0 or empty, remaining letters is not really, in other words, there's state in this class, and when you update this state with updateRow, you can't update it again. And I thought, oh well, maybe that's a way. Maybe I need to have an instance variable here that is a Boolean that says if calculated state, and then you would guard, or you would block this calculation. But I'm still unresolved, and yeah, so I'm still unresolved with that, and I don't know what the in the end, because we're going to hide all this with a big model, and only the model cares about it. And honestly, I'm the only programmer. In the end, it doesn't matter, but it is something that I've been thinking about. So where we left off yesterday is we've made some tests. So let's continue with the tests. We'll set aside this issue, but it's an intriguing one to me because, it's an intriguing one to me. And if I had another developer working on this, it would be interesting to get their thoughts on this. So now I'm going to bring up the game Wordle game model. These tests. We know that when we have a test here, and if I run this test, let me run it. Yeah. I'll go bring up, I think it's 6. Meaning if you press Apple 6, you get to this sidebar right away. And to close the sidebar, remember it was Apple 0. And then all the other tests, that strip of functionality are numbered. Apple. This is Apple 1. This is Apple 2. Apple 3. So there's some reasonable shortcuts. There is also a side panel here on this side with this. And you can see some functionality there, and that's option Apple 0. This won't be as critical for the code we're writing, but when we start getting into the iOS, when I start getting into the UI stuff, it'll be helpful to know that. So now the test is running, and I already right here see that this example and these two tests I can probably get rid of, and set up with error and tear down with error. I don't think I'll need setup. I don't think I'll need teardown, but I think it might be interesting to set up a game and then have tests that assert its status all the way through. So I'm also going to bring up the game model itself. Yeah, add new guess. Yeah, see how we hide it all. So when we add the guess, and then we update the row right away, and then we append it. So now the controller is going to look very simple, and this detail is hidden, but it doesn't hide from me. I'm still the one thinking about this detail. So okay, so I don't know, is this test anywhere close to finishing? Let me see what we got here. Maybe I'll okay, good. Okay, the test succeeded. So I'm going to confirm a few more things in this simple test, namely that because the testable annotation, we can confirm that the correct word is there, but we can also confirm that the guesses array is empty and used letters is empty. The array length is 0. So we'll do that, XCTAssert, and just see that hopefully there'll be some options here like is 0. Thought maybe it would have 0. It's okay, we can use the equal. Thought maybe I could try maybe a different assertion. There's a wide variety of assertions, as you saw, but we'll just do this game dot. The most important one. Now I will run this, I will rerun this test, and hope that goes a little faster. So these two conditions are good, and we'll then test this other feature, the is finished. Yeah, so the build succeeded. That passed. Then we can do here assert. I think I just saw this go by. Assert false. And function that returns a Boolean. So now we say game dot is finished. Is 1 is false, and also is finished. So we'll do this. We run this test, and so this is making us convinced that when we first create this class, the game model looks good. Then we're gonna do then I think we'll do a setup. No, actually, I think because we're not passing in the correct word, we pass in the correct word every time. It would be, I thought I could maybe set up it in here, but we'll just build it Also, look at this. Wordle CLI test is running, but we know that that'll never complete. So, oh, look at this. We found a test. Unexpectedly found nil. That's interesting. So, right away, this is testing helps. Testing helps. So here we will exit this, and we know is1 is it unexpectedly found a nil. So we really what we have to do is say wow, testing really helped us on that. It probably doesn't make sense to call is1, but now that we're going to make it more robust. Yeah, I think I don't know if that's right. But we have a test. Looks a little rough to me, this, but it's, yeah. So let's run this test again. Yeah, see, look at all this time in the past few minutes, we have this Xcode, the Wordle CLI tests is messing up. Oh, now I have what looks like a build error. Yeah, the build failed. So what's its problem? I think, did I not set this up right? Yeah. Yeah. See, the argument here says that you're going to get a guess. We have to say that you also could get a nil. I don't know if I'm doing this right though, because what is guesses last on an empty array? So let's quickly do some swift REPL here. So we put the question mark there to tell the compiler that S could be nothing. I do. Int is equal to, so that's initialized. So that's a valid Swift declaration. This is a valid Swift declaration for an array of integers that is initialized to nothing. And if I do array last, yeah, it's going to return nil. So maybe I'll just do it. Maybe I'll do it the easy way. No, I wanna. Why isn't this not? Yeah, this. Let me do a Swift build here. Yeah, maybe this is all we'll do tonight, is just make this test work. Or at least, yeah. It may be even this warning, this comparing non-optional value. I just want to see the error here. Yeah, so optional type guest row must be unwrapped to refer to member. Now I can use the exclamation point, matches correct word. But what's bothering me too is that this it's carping here inside of the editor, which it didn't used to do before. I always had to go back to the command line to build. But anyway, so this, I think, signals that there could be a nil. Feels a little. I may have to do that two-phased initialization trick, like make it an exclamation here in guest row. This is all Swift now. Non-optional nil always returns false. So yeah, so this will always return false. So I think it should be this. Then let me try that. Hopefully it'll allow me to do this test. And maybe I'll stop after this, because we maybe I can go offline and maybe work the test a little more. But okay, so this build, this is just an Xcode issue. I wish that I could remove these compiler messages, because they're definitely not up to date, and I think it's also because of these tests. So let me empty out this test area here. This doesn't do anything. Actually, let me do that after. So if I run the test now, let me see if I got this test right. Then I'll go and delete that CLI test. I have a feeling because that test will never finish that I've made Xcode very busy in the background. I think that also could explain why I'm having some issues here. It's been a while since we've worked on the tests. Good, it's the selected test pass, there's 3. So let me first commit this. Let me check what this, oh, Wordle game model. Yeah. So I'll first commit the tests. And then I'll commit this other one here. We made 2 commits, and I think I'll just halt it for there. And so we have oh, actually, before I halt it, let me go and get rid of these tests here. Removes test. Then we're finally also, I'm going to take care of this Wordle CLI test. I'm going to get rid of this test here, which again I think is causing me problems. Yeah, we had some mysteries here. I put in my to-do, if you noticed. Yeah. Why can't I set the breakpoints? So maybe we'll come back to this puzzle. I looked at it a little bit more after the stream yesterday, and I'm still not able to breakpoint. I haven't been able to breakpoint into here. But it's immaterial, so I will just let it go and just get rid of it. And I'll do that with git remove, and I'll look at this to do, and let me just make a note here. A to do that I'll never get to. So the very I'll put here. No, you know what? I'll get rid of it now. Here I'm just going to grab this ID and just for my to-do and yeah, I'm still going to leave that as a to-do item. So now we're at a good point to close out this session. We'll make another test that will make a game, that will create a new word model, and we'll make a test that tries to express the logic that's in one of these sample games here. So we will add a guess row with a guess in it. We will do some assertions on that guess. I'm really interested to see if we can get to the actual individual guesses in that array, but that's what we'll do, is we'll try to make a test that expresses the logic that's in this, what I call the sample games. And let me show that off too. Yeah. So here I'm gonna, if I play this, like if I play keyword walks, if I do AROMA, we should be able to test this per row in the model. And to me, this is as good as any interactive test, because a proper end-to-end test is going to test the interactivity, but I don't know how to make an interactive test for a CLI. Maybe I'll have to look at that. Let me show you what I mean, what I'm going for. While that's starting, I'll quit this. Maybe this is what's causing some issues. Nope. So I've set the puzzle word to be AROMA, and the first word I'm going to play is cured, and the second word will be walks and tramp and AROMA. So if I do cured, you'll see, I mean, we know this is going to work because we tested guess row and letter pretty thoroughly, but now we're going to test the full game, and we're gonna do assertions. Like, we're gonna see that the number of guess rows is 4, and on and on and on. So tomorrow I think I'm probably gonna do a lot of coding where I'm just gonna try to get that into code and see how far we get. So thanks for looking at this. I really appreciate it, and I'll keep coding some more. I'll keep programming, and we'll keep on keeping on. Thank you.